I'm Troy Hunt, and this is my wife, Kristy. We've been married since 2004. We have 2 kids, love attending Echoes. We've been here since the start of the church, and really looking forward to seeing what God's going to do. When we started dating, I had never thought about tithing or giving to the church. I just didn't think about it. I thought my money was mine, how much do I have, how much can I spend? But I never put it in a spiritual context or any obedience to the Lord. We were driving to church one day, and she just says to me, well, aren't you going to tithe? And I'm like, literally was not offended at all. I just was surprised. I'm like, yeah, I should. I think we immediately turned into the ATM. I pulled out some cash and started tithing from that day. And we've been faithful tithers and givers since that point.
Tithing is an opportunity for us to trust a faithful God. And I guess it just made sense because, if we can trust God with our eternal salvation, we can certainly trust God with everything on this side of heaven.
We believe that the Lord calls us to have an open hand with everything, but specifically our finances is that God can put in and God can take out. And if I have that open hand, God can bless it. But if I have a closed fist and holding and controlling my money tight, God can't bless that in or out, or He's going to work on me till I have an open hand. Mm-hmm. And I think we've always had that dialogue in our marriage and in our financial conversation and our stewardship of our resources, because it's more than just finances. It's your home, it's your children, it's your vehicles, it's everything that God has entrusted you to. It's your job. My wife's a school teacher. It's the kids that God's entrusted to her. She's stewarding those children. We take that seriously. Mm-hmm. And so in all aspects, we try to live our life with an open hand and allow God to do what God's going to do, just with the little bit that we feel that we have to offer.
God calls us to give our first fruits. And I think that's one of the approaches that we have always had towards giving. So we don't look at our bills before we give to God. We give to God first, and then we take care of the things that God's called us to take care of. So when real tension comes up financially, what we've given to God is already given to God, and we don't look at those things before we do what we're called to in obedience first.
2016 time frame, when I was laid off from my job, I had no income. On the horizon, there was no promises, nothing, and I was going to be home for we don't know how long. But that was a time that really challenged us, not being employed. We had to look at the finances, how we were going to pay these bills, and you start to prioritize certain things. Am I going to go to Starbucks? Am I going to pay the car bill? Am I going to buy this at the grocery store? And that really challenges our conversation at home, but it's below the line of the tithe. So now our giving above and beyond changed. We obviously didn't have additional gifts to give to special circumstances, but our tithe always stayed true to the church. That's what we believe God's called us to do, and He will take care of the rest. And He has proven that to us over and over. And we always have the money to pay the bills. We always have the money to feed our family. And that's not because of what I did or what Kristy did. It's because of what God has done in Him taking care of us, and He has continued to do that.
What God can do with a little bit of money could turn into a ministry that saves someone's soul for eternity. So when we give to the church, we're not just giving money. We are giving towards the sharing of the gospel. And that is what God calls us to do. We are called to go out and share the gospel. And if God would use my house or my car or my talents or my gifts or my treasures or my finances for that purpose, how blessed are we?